Hey everybody, we're here! Woo!
Huh,
Sorry for the picture not looking the best, but
that was Mrs. Dadman's work in like a few seconds just to get something with both of us on that tonight.
yes.
How is everybody doing tonight?
Oh, let's go over here to comments.
Yeah, the comments. Let's see. We got a few people out there right now. Hey, hopefully more will come in. We'll have a good night tonight. We're going to have some fun tonight. Look back at things. Uh, well, where'd you go?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. Oh,
Grand Fall Dave. Hello, hello,
yeah,
hello.
yeah. Please introduce everybody while I'm trying to
We
get the
have
Twitch
a
set.
buddy Hepburn here. Hello to you. La di da di da. Agent Owl, what's up? So I'm going to, I think we can do this. And I will find you over here.
Oh, there you
Let's
go. All right, I'm going to say hi to people on the Twitch side if they come through there so they can comment.
Okay, I'm sitting here.
Don't do that. Just
I want to find.
yeah.
There's a reason I was doing it.
What's
So
that?
here.
Wait.
No,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
different account on there.
Go.
I'm a different account there.
I'm not. Just do what you need to
I'm
do.
multitasking. I don't do that very well. But hey, welcome in everybody tonight.
Hey.
But I'm glad y'all are with us tonight. Yeah, coming to the end of a long, 8-month process here.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Yeah, on the end of 50 something years. So, but yes, our last stream here from the childhood home. If everything goes well tomorrow, it will be
It will have changed hands.
to someone else, youngster that's well, sort of extended family, but hopefully, it'll be taken care of and we move on with life. And I know the missus will be glad to have me back home for good.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, hey. But I know it will be lots of changes, getting back to a sense of normal. Maybe even get back to a lot of the streaming that I've had over the months, but a little more consistency with things, and just have things that settle down. I know Mrs. has plenty of tasks for me, don't you?
Yes, we need to start working. My house is a mess.
Yes. So we shall go. We'll share some stories and memories tonight of here in the process. But hey, did you said hi to Atwood, right?
I did. I said hi to Atwood.
Yeah. Oh, is it supposed to be secret lair? Yeah, it is the secret lair.
Did I spell it wrong? Oh, I spelled it liar.
That's awesome. That is
Well, he is
awesome.
a liar. What can we say?
Ah, there you go.
Sorry.
Hell to JT Kirk.
And my little bit of dyslexia kicked in.
It's okay. Changes. Yep. Exactly. Not bad. Some good changes that'll hopefully come up. Get this, like I said, get the stability, but we shall see. And hell to great comic relief crusader. How are you tonight? Definitely good to see you, my friend. Good to see you today too. All right. So let's see. Fallout Death says, "LOL, a liar, but a secret one." Yeah, it's the best kind of liars. They're secret. You don't even know they're lying to you. Atwood said he even told you how to spell it.
I thought he said LIAR.
Ah,
I even heard it wrong.
That's too funny.
But you looked at it all day and didn't tell me to correct it.
Yeah, Secret Liar Edition. Oh,
Well, see, we need
I gotta retweet that one and said, "Hey, we're not lying. Just come on." Just oh my gosh. All right. Well, hey, folks. Wow. And you're okay? Yeah. Absolutely. Well, guess what? It's Thursday night. We're about to hit the weekend. We only have 2 weeks left in the college football season.
Crazy.
It's amazing how fast this season has flown. Join me hopefully Saturday night. JT's available. Join me. If not, I'll be going. We talk college football on Saturday nights and have a lot of fun with that. So, yeah. So I'm trying to.
Sorry about that, everybody. I'm an idiot.
It's okay. So, all right. How did we get here? Well, it started about 55 years ago when I'm just kidding. I'm not going that far back, but yeah, this He Larry probably ran the letters together again. How many? Alabama doesn't matter. They will still be in the playoff spots no matter what, even with 5 losses, right, JT? But yeah, Alabama. That's everybody's got the picks in for Alabama. So I don't know which one. We could take a poll. Which team JT hates the most? Notre Dame, Michigan, or Alabama? I think it's funny. I think he hates Alabama as much, if not more, than the others. But yeah, we're going live tonight. We got a long day tomorrow. There's a lot of business to do during the day. A lot of things that I got to get uh, to do that. Uh, so we decided to come through live. Alabama 12 losses. We'll be playoff assured. Exactly, JT. I'm hoping tomorrow night to do some Fortnite early. I don't know. I got scheduled for 10 o'clock for the late night show, but I may change it to Fortnite. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We're going to have a lot going. As Mrs. said today, she will not be streaming in the morning, so um, definitely they have changes. We've got like at least 6
Looking to
stops.
see if I could actually change the name while we're streaming.
Oh, the name of the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't. Well, couldn't you do it? Couldn't you do it in here on edit?
Yeah, I was going to see.
Edit and then just change down there. I think the missus has done it.
Is that correct?
Secret Lair edition. Yep, that's it. And no, we can't audit this.
I don't want to edit the start time.
I wonder if we can't do it then now since it's live. I don't know. Change.
I don't want to schedule
No,
it later.
well, we may not be able to do it.
I could do it if you'd let me get into your YouTube studio, but
It's just it's too hard on this one at this point with that. It's okay. We can call it Secret Liar. Somebody on Twitter will have fun with that title, I'm sure. Or I can change the title of it later. Yeah, Alex says frick Alabama. JT says Notre Dame hasn't beaten anyone decent. What a rig ranking. You're absolutely right. Notre Dame at the loss to Northern Illinois, which they fell off the planet. I mean, go explain how Notre Dame loses to that. Still is in the playoff hunt. Hey, the only drawback from them not in the conference is they can't have the first round bye. So is that really worth it or not? So. And common really consider that's what many people say. I don't watch football, but I say this go team and the other team sucks. So, are they playing tonight? Oh, cool. I like Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's a team I can get behind. And hell to you, Dave C. Welcome in. How are you tonight? And if you do hear something in the background, that is the
dishwasher.
The dishwasher. Yes. One of my streams earlier this year, everybody thought I was being attacked by the laundry by the dryer on the back porch because I didn't.
It did. It sounded like a monster.
Well, I had that computer which was really touchy, and it didn't fully mute properly. So that's yeah. So the missus is going to be working on that in the background because she's very obsessed with that. So, but if anybody can figure it out, she will.
Did it wrong.
You're okay. It's fine. It's fine.
It's not. It's
well, Secret Liar Edition could be really marketable. I mean, you could, like my dad said, call me truthful Lucifer. Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lie. So I like the Secret Liar Edition. I might do that back at home bases, the liar base or the secret. I don't know. That's could have so much fun with that being odd and different. But like I said, 50-something years ago, 54 years, been in this house at different points, moved out after, got married to the missus, and it's a big night tonight with what's coming up tomorrow. It's end of an era. Many memories here, really. Which I beat high school by varsity point. Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. But it's So it's really interesting as we talk about this. What's happened in the last year? Mom had surgery earlier in the year. It's been difficult, and she's still recovering, getting stronger. She's
Oh, yeah.
positive, still, but needs help and stuff. So, we moved to this point, and you know, so it's been what I've been in here living most times since March, I guess, right?
Yep.
And had many great people playing Fortnite, hanging out, doing late night streams, a combination of different things and
Getting the
stuff.
house ready
Getting right.
for whatever.
Well, yeah, because
For whatever,
yeah,
whether she came
right,
back or whether not. But we had to there if she came back, there would be big changes because she would have been in a wheelchair.
yeah,
And so we had to, make sure that the house was accessible, that she could get around. Um, Worst case scenario was this,
yeah,
was that she would not be coming back and uh, we'd be
yeah.
selling the house.
But
But I mean, not that that's bad, but that was
yeah,
we really didn't want this to happen, but
but the driving force through this whole thing, get this thing to us to our point where we're not sitting here scrambling night, clearing out the clutter and stuff, is the missus right here. Without her, this wouldn't have been possible.
you're correct.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you drive forward. Let's start early, and we did. We were going through stuff over the months.
Honestly, me and your mom actually started this process before she had the surgery.
Right.
We started working on just working in the house. 80 years worth of stuff was in here, and and me we had to deal with this with my grandmother after she passed, and I told my mother-in-law that you don't want to leave this for your family, that you make your decisions now. And so we actually were starting that process before. So we got we got a lot done. But then it happened, and it just kind of was a continuation. So,
Yeah. I mean,
but
but the thing is, there's so much you start early because it's amazing looking back at now 8 months later. Boom! It's like it. The last few weeks have really moved quickly, especially went from one decision to the other to sell to an opportunity to do it. I mean, it always moved
as soon as
quickly.
the decision was made to sell, things went very, very fast.
Yeah.
But
But we were fortunately well in control. The house had been mostly cleaned months ago, and really tonight we just took out the last few things going to our house. There's a couple things left that we got to take
couple
tomorrow.
pots.
Yeah, but so I mean, Mrs., you came here. What we met in '95. God, it's 29 years. Wow, almost 30.
I guess we
I
did
mean,
meet in
yeah.
95 because we got married in 96 and we had the oldest in 99.
Geez, 30 years. How the heck are you?
I don't know. I think I'm insane, people.
Yeah, maybe, but it's just amazing. What was your first memory coming here? Do you have any memory? I mean, 'cause I know I ask you a question, you're like, I can't remember.
Well, the first memory I actually have of coming here was I was wearing this humongous, big old billowy dress, and I had my hair down, and
Was that the first time you met my parents?
I think so.
Okay.
No, I don't know. But his dad, being awful of couth and decorum, go, "Are you pregnant?" I was not pregnant. And I just kind of looked at him like, and I knew I had to be nice and couldn't say, "What the fuck is your problem?" I just went, not the last time I looked.
No, no. What JT said, you know who else remembers Pepperidge Farms remembers?
Yes.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of the creepy guy on Family Guy. Oh boy. Yeah, we so many
So
daggum
that was actually
choices.
the
Yeah.
first memory
Oh, cool.
I have of your dad. Dad.
I know. Dad, he passed away 98. It was I tell you where I miss him is that I think in this new day of technology it all been all in it. I mean, he I would have been definitely talking with him on streams and stuff with football and other things like that.
I think both of our dads would have really. Um, I don't know about. I don't know about your dad. My dad would have built computers for everybody, and they wouldn't be cheap.
Right.
I mean, they would be.
Well, the man built a house with a basement in Florida.
Yes. If my dad, if he wanted to do something, he basically read a book on it and did it. He got his GED, went into the military. He just did so many different things, but went into the military. And then he rose up in the ranks, and then he was teaching math, some of the math stuff there. Hated the textbooks, so rewrote them.
Wow.
So
And that's the day before YouTube and where you could really record stuff and all that.
no,
Just
he
wrote a book. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just amazing between your dad and my dad what it would have been like.
I
It's
think they
just
would have
amazing.
liked each other.
Oh yeah, my dad would have been out there with the girls when they played football and all. Just he'd have been so
Yeah.
proud of both of them because of especially the oldest, the way they're speeding and running all this and crashing into the boys and stuff, and Aang with the ability to snap 10 yards backwards. I mean, without even looking. I mean,
Yeah.
kids got hands that stick like Spider-Man onto something.
They were so afraid to sit there and actually it was co-ed teams.
Right.
And they were just really afraid to play with them.
Mhm.
And it's like, come on, guys, just play with them. They're secret liars. Yes. Okay. Just shut up with the liars. Okay.
But I tell you what,
I don't use that word often.
what? Shut up or liars?
Liars. Layers. Liars I use a lot. I should have known it. I looked at it, it didn't look right, but
I have to keep quick. I try not to say,
playing Lego Fortnite
I know
when
you
you
were.
asked me to do that,
Yeah.
so I did it quickly.
Secret liar
My
edition.
priorities.
Yeah.
My priorities.
Maybe that's why everybody looked at it like secret liar edition. But no, hey, I mean that's something to turn up for. You never know what you're gonna get. If it's the truth or not.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, the kid, I mean, Aang with the ability to shoot a 3-pointer into the hands that stick like glue is like grandpa would have been so pleased with that.
No, it would be when in basketball when they set a post
Yeah.
and they try to knock them down, and it's like, hell no, I ain't moving.
Nope. Nope.
That kid was a column.
Yep, Aang was, and that game where Aang had somebody a little taller than him jumping over the back the whole game in the lane, and it was like that was yeah. I'm sitting, Aang was doing their best, really fighting, and they got our girls for 3 seconds in the lane all the time, and then somebody else, the other team was over Aang's back and all this, nothing, camped out in the lane repeatedly, and it's like. And finally, the missus was like 1, 2, 3.
I started counting when they
Yeah, no, you're screaming because that gym was loud. Next thing I know, the coach runs by, the umpire comes back. Coach, one more time, you're out of here. There's church. Like what happened?
Officiate the game properly, man, and we won't. Secret liars in their secret lair.
All right. Hey, but it. So many cool things happen around here. Got my toys, Star Wars as a kid. Mom did a great job storing them in the attic. When I got done playing with them, put them up, kept them safe. Just we had Thanksgiving many times. And coming up on Thanksgiving,
What was so neat was that your grandparents lived across the street.
Yeah, yeah. That's
so. It was like that was like his second home.
Tell Rod Thunderheart.
Hey,
yes,
Rod.
good to see you. Yes, that was a very big thing. I tell you, I think tonight that's what's going to make it harder. But when my grandparents finally moved on, when they passed away years ago, I still had this house here. I could still see their house over there. Now with out here, it's going to be like really hard because I won't be in this area again.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
you
what will make it
can. I
hard.
mean, you could drive through, but it's not gonna. You can't come over here. You
Yeah,
can look at it the outside, but
yeah.
you can't.
I can't
And
just
if
walk
there are
in.
any changes,
Yeah,
that's going to be hard. If you ever come back into the house, I said, there's going to be certain things I think are going to happen. There's this, it's very dated wallpaper that has geese and blue ribbons on it.
yeah,
I said that's going to be gone.
yeah. Oh
This
yeah.
color is probably going to be gone. So there's things. The bathroom is lavender is probably going to be gone.
I guess I don't remember saying that. So many cool things. Like I guess I might have done a stream here one time. I said it puts a lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Oh my
I
gosh.
do not remember that. But Rod is sleeping in the truck, 100 miles from home. Dude, stay warm though up there. I understand it's probably very, very cold though. So, oh, CLS, hey, good to see you. Been
Hey,
a bit. Thank you. Thanks for hitting the like. Thanks. Good to see you, CLS. Hey, good to see you again. Hope to see you again more often. Simply Steve, hey, nice thumbnail. Looks better having you all together than it's solo, Dad, man.
I'm
Well,
actually going to fix it where it looks better
this
next time.
this was her like in like
Two
five.
seconds, literally 2 seconds. At 10:02, I was doing this.
Oh, that's a line for no. Buffalo Bill says, okay. JT and his movie quotes. Wow, we got 10 people here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitch. But yeah, like Mrs. said, one part of the memories are hand in hand with my grandparents' house across the street. It's gonna, I mean, you literally just catty corner of the house, just run right across the street. Because many nights, my mom, we'd have whatever dinner. I get bored. I go over there, hang out at my grandparents' house, just sit there, watch TV with them or something. But I also had the greatest grandparents in the world. My grandmother always had something sweet, banana pudding or something there. And if not that, I'd say, hey, can I have French fries? And she'd be like to my granddad, Tom, go make that boy some French fries, and yeah, he'd go in there and not bagged fries. I mean, my granddad would cut up the potatoes, leave some of the skin on them, and really fry up real homemade French fries. Those are the
Mm,
type of things. When all of that, oh, CLS said yes, it's a good thumbnail, great idea, yes. Um, I think really that's where things going to start to sink in is when the combination of everything like that happens.
yeah,
Because really, I was blessed to be able to live across the street from my grandparents uh, most of all my life, and because they took care of my parents ended up taking care, and I did before I got married, help them keep my granddad in the house, take care of my dad's mom, because it was my dad's boyhood home across the street. So and just so much comes together. And Brogu's here. Hi,
hey,
Brogu.
Brogo,
Good to see you tonight.
and thank you, JT Kirk, for that shout out.
Absolutely so. Um,
Well, I will say one thing that's a little different than your parents, even though your grandparents, even though I mean we did get some of their stuff to take over
mhm.
to our house, so we do have some of the memories of theirs. That black um, the little cast iron stove cookie jar
Right, yeah.
is from your grandparents'
Oh
house.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Nope.
so we got some cool stuff there for that. But a lot of the stuff from your mom's house is either stored over at our house or it's displayed at our house. So
Yeah.
we pretty much took his his childhood home and moved it over to our house, which makes it that's the work we're going to have to deal with later is dealing
Yeah.
with everything and chinking it in to a 900 square foot house that was
I mean,
already
I'm
full.
like trying to tell people I'm not done yet. I mean, it's like,
Or you're on
you know,
phase two.
yeah, it's just like,
Plus, we want to move my computer area, which is in the living room, into the closed in garage. But you know, and so it's just a lot to do.
yeah, no, it's simply Steve says, yeah, I know how you feel. My grandma and grandpa moved to the house in 1957. They stayed there, to his death in 77 until 2008. Wow.
Yeah.
It's memories there. You do that. That's the thing that too, like I said, I really think, yeah, and that's kind of like when my granddad passed away. It was sold at least to friends of the family, and then they moved in, and they sold it later to somebody else. But it it really is. Thank Hey, B from O, good to see you tonight. How are you doing? Um, and I think that's really what it took. Became more real is like when they moved. My granddad passed away, and then it's like, hey, you can't just walk in there, even if you know the people. And it's
Well, you can, but they might call the police.
yeah,
You can walk into any house, but you might get shot or get the police
yeah.
called
I
on you.
walk in and say, hey, where are my French fries? Can I have French fries tonight? But it's oi, stunning. Good to see you.
Boy,
Oi, oi. How do you like Mrs. Little job on the Avatar? Like 2 minutes before we got started. But yeah, it's. I think that's what's really going to sneak in is when driving down the street tomorrow, knowing we're not coming back.
yeah.
And
No, we don't have to go down this street
right.
to get here.
Of course, that's this street. It's like you wait for the whole thing to cave in.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
like,
there! I thank God they finally put I think somebody stole that cone to put in that pothole.
dude, the same spot keeps. I mean, it's like that. It looks like it. I hate the analogy of a World War II landing strip. It's like it's got holes everywhere.
It's
They fill
bad.
one hole, another one pops up,
It's
and they
bad.
get deep before they
And
ever do
if you're
anything.
driving really slow,
Yeah.
if you hit that pothole, I really thought I busted the tire once. I told Hank not to tell you.
Oh yeah. Oof. Done it over French fries. Yeah. That would be that would be bad. But yeah, it's just so much like with that. Uh, you know, this is the house that I played with my friend. We'd always play war. Um, of course, we'd fight over who had the Tommy gun. And so back in the real day, when your toy guns actually were toy guns, they didn't have the orange caps and all the crap stuff. They actually could look real. And we'd shoot at cars, play like just pretend. And then of course, with the bus coming down the street, that'd be a tank. It was like you had to hide for that. So um, really cool things like that. One of the funniest memories, though, is when I was going to college. We all left the same time. The truck was in the back. I was up in the front with the car, and we all were going back up. Well, I guess I forgot my dad had to pick up my mom from the front step. Boom!
Oh,
My mom said my dad's head jerked so much and so back, she thought he was going to get out of the car and beat my ass. But but that was in 1988, 89, folks, when you had real bumpers, real metal cars. It was a Caprice Classic and a Chevy pickup truck. Not a ding on either car.
I can, yeah, and then yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. I do want to say congrats on closing. It might have been hard with all the memories there. Maybe him. Exactly. And we do. There's somebody that we know that.
it's a young person. They're getting it, and I think it's going to be wonderful. I mean, I
Yeah.
really, it's like I say, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet. Um, happy. I'm glad this is close. I'm glad that this part of Dead Man's life is closing because I'm exhausted cleaning,
Yeah.
and it's very stressful having to deal with someone else's house with them still being alive.
Yeah. But then again,
Because you have to have consideration
yeah.
for I couldn't just say, oh, we're just getting rid of all this stuff because his mom is still living and there's
Yeah.
consideration and and respect, and so that was very hard. I was always talking to her about what I was doing, and if this was okay, and because I didn't want to overstep bounds or be disrespectful.
No. And she's appreciated. The pictures have been lovely. The hardwood floors, really nice.
Well, we did that before she
Well, I
left.
know, but still,
Yeah.
it's those type of floors. A lot of people don't appreciate having that's in here. Um, and yeah, it's really, really nice. Of course, it could use paint and stuff like that, so they'll get a chance to do all that stuff. We, but it's like I said, getting back there to your own house, I don't know how people do more than one house. It's hard enough to do one, you know. But I do hope to keep up my cooking skills, though. I've
Well,
been
I'll tell you
learning
how
to
they
cook a
do
lot
more
more.
than one house is a lot of times stuff that gets tossed.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do that.
Well, that's why we are trying to, that's why the next few weeks, next couple months are going to be interesting, trying to get the missus moved to her things, make sure we have put stuff at the house, keep the kitchen clean, and hey, I'll keep cooking
And
for you.
deal with the holidays.
I know, but I'll keep
Excuse
cooking
me.
for you. I just kept telling Aang, you got to do the dishes. I can't. It's so funny what I did here.
Well, he's gotten spoiled. He's got a dishwasher here. We don't have a dishwasher.
But I do rinse them too, like Mom did always. I rinsed them. Yeah, but
I could rinse dishes and put them in the dishwasher.
oh, but if y'all keep it clean, I'll cook every night. It's like so cool. It's like neat. It's a cool thing. I've actually enjoyed cooking. Have you enjoyed? You like cooking, don't you?
Yeah, I like cooking.
I'm getting ready. I'm excited about trying to cook more and different things. So yeah, Steve said those caprices were huge. Yeah, they really were. Ooh, like heard real wooden flooring. Yeah,
This is nice. They're nice floors. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of damage on them when they put carpeting in. But me and my mother, actually took the carpeting out of here, out of all the rooms.
Yeah, y'all did.
And found this gorgeous, gorgeous wood floors. And I remember talking to Carolyn saying, keep the wood floors.
Oh yeah, don't put carpet back on them. Yeah, don't put carpet
Don't
back on
put
these
carpet
things.
back on. I told Grandma.
But we did have somebody help us really strip them down. I mean,
But
you
yes,
and your mom did it,
we
but yeah,
paid somebody to strip and refinish the
yeah,
floors.
exactly. So
But they're gorgeous. I love. We have at our house we have terrazzo, which I love the terrazzo. But I don't know anybody to do repair on that or to reseal it.
yeah.
So
Let's say like Brogu said, memories are going to be there. Sometimes those memories will make you smile, and sometimes those memories make you sad. But you always remember the love behind those memories. Speaking of that, right in this very spot, right in this very spot. Although sit where you were, Dad was here. We had a table here. We were playing Yahtzee. I don't know if I was in first, second, third grade, something about then. We're playing, and then I roll a die. I just roll it. I'm like, fuck. He looked at me like, I did it. Did next roll was up. I'm like, fuck. He really looked at me hard then. Then the third time he's like, when I said fuck, he's like, when Dad was wanting to talk to you, he took his glasses off. He's like, where'd you learn that from? Where'd you hear that from? I made it up.
you heard it somebody.
I guess I did. I swear I'd never recognized hearing that word before that moment.
And
but it popped up.
And be from we just listened to that song.
Yeah.
Before the stream.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
That came recommended by Atwood, actually.
Yes, Atwood recommended that.
Oh, Ralphie. Yeah, Ralphie. Christmas story, bar of soap. Where'd you hear it? Oh, and he blamed the kid. And the mother goes in there. The kid screaming for his life. Oh, God. That's one of the funnier scenes for that movie.
It's not a movie I really enjoy.
I know, but
there are people that are like fanatically.
Well, you know what? Maybe we should review that movie this year for Christmas and just be blunt, honest.
It's I don't. I mean, Elf is like okay once.
What you don't like? You can't just love Will Ferrell being hyperactive.
No, it's like honestly, there's some of Robin Williams things that drive me crazy too.
Mm. I tell you, I like Rowan Atkinson, even though
oh my gosh, no, I tell you,
his driving me nuts too sometimes because I'm like, you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get in trouble.
I love Rowan Atkinson. He makes me crazy, but not in a bad way.
Oh, we got a triple dog dare about Christmas Story.
Oh shit!
Hey, Well, hey, don't forget on the 12th, I will be talking Battleship, that movie with Daisy Blossom. So, hey, yes, Mr. Bean is awesome.
I love Mr. Bean. There's Mr. Bean. There's the Mr. Bean animated show.
Yeah.
There's I think there's 2 movies
You
that
know, for the
Mr. Bean. And there is one thing in Mr. Bean that I absolutely love this one. He was going out, he was at the beach and he was in his suit and he had to change into his swimsuit, his whatever swimming gear. And he did the whole thing without exposing anything. It was like pretty amazing to watch. The way he contorted and it was
I've seen that happen before.
yes, I can
But
change in a car without anybody knowing. I
very
used
talented.
to. I haven't tried to in a while.
Oh my goodness, yeah. See, I tell you what though, I thought for the longest time he could not talk. I thought just because I always saw him with Mr. So when I saw him in a role where he actually talked, I thought that
Teller? Do you think Teller is mute?
yeah,
Oh my gosh, you're so
I did. I've never seen the son of a gun talk.
because he doesn't. That's part of his character. When me and my mom went and watched them in person,
Mhm.
and we went, they would be out in the foyer and they would meet with the fans. And he's chatting away. And he goes, yeah, people think I can't talk. Because people ask me all the time. Because I said, do people ask you all the time?
Oh yeah,
And he's like, yeah, they ask me all the time.
yeah. I'm not sure who the guy was blind. I don't know, but yeah, I like the one where he's in church. You know, I like
Oh my gosh,
when Mr. Bean's in church trying to fall asleep and he's like,
no, he's in church and
oh, he's trying to not,
he's trying to not fall asleep. And the vicar is rah, 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 and he's like falling to the side. When you see those people and their head jerks up and then they go to pray and he falls down on the floor on his knees and then he falls forward and then his head hits the floor. That was so funny.
well, folks, we can talk a little Rowan Atkinson as we share
Uh,
memories and stuff like that. But what are your favorite
so
roles with him in it? I mean, I loved him in Rat Race. Which is I guess a modern takeoff on It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. But which I tried to watch once, but I got busy. But it actually looked pretty good. But I loved Rowan Atkinson. He played the narcoleptic, and he's just like he started good and
yeah.
fall asleep. I do think he's a brilliant comedian and actor. Blackadder, buddies. Yeah. I actually saw Man versus Bee. Pretty funny.
Yes, and I'm agreeing with Buddy that I think Blackadder, all of them were brilliant. I did not. I will say I did not necessarily like the. I think the first 2 seasons or however they call them
Mhm.
series of it. I think his character was a little smarmy, but I liked it when they kind of changed up the character a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think Blackadder was brilliant.
Yeah. Let's see. Brogu said he loved the movie scene with Mr. Bean saying, "This is the most secure place in all of England." Then in the background, the building blew up.
Oh yes,
Blackadder. Oh, all 4 series. I guess what? There are 4 different.
they're different time periods.
Okay.
So there's the final one is during World War I.
Okay.
And then it goes kind of backwards, and I can't remember them all. I thought there was more than 4. I might be mistaken.
Stunning saying Man versus Bee. He plays a house sitter in a big mansion, spends the entire series trying to kill a bee that keeps causing him grief in the house. Oh, wow. Stunning said Johnny English was good. Yes, I remember Johnny English. Yes. James Bond Spoon.
I don't know why there are only 4. I thought there were more. There's the Blackadder. Let's see. I was trying to see what the time period was.
Hmm.
It was set in 1485 at the end of the British Middle Ages. And then Blackadder. Oh, come on, quit being a doof. Then Blackadder 2 was set in the England during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I.
Okay.
And then we have Blackadder the Third during the Georgian era. He's a butler to the Prince Regent in that one.
Right.
And then we have Blackadder Goes Forth, which is set during World War One.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Steve's saying that too. Blackadder, Blackadder 2, Blackadder the Third, Blackadder Goes Forth.
Yeah. And then they have the Blackadder Christmas Carol, where Blackadder starts off as a nice person, and
No.
he becomes like the Scrooge. It's
Oh,
kind of a backwards one
jeez.
of it.
Wow. Hey, Wade. Good to see you tonight. How are you doing? Speaking of other good memories, Mrs.
Yes.
Yeah, Mrs. always, had a great.
Oh, the cat.
Our parents had a cat called El Gato. I can't remember where the hell we got him from, but he apparently hated the whole family.
We got
Yeah.
the plaque, the El Gato. It's a
Yeah, it was in Italian, and it
Yeah.
said, but it was like everybody was afraid of the cat. The cat terrorized everybody. But you didn't seem to have the problem with him, did you?
No, the thing was, is I will tell you, El Gato did not like loud, obnoxious people, and they were loud, and I think he just didn't like them. They were loud and and so I mean, he would hiss at them. They'd
Yeah.
come over, and it would be just loud and everything.
Chase them too
And
sometimes.
yeah, he just didn't. He did not like any of them. And so I went over one time and he went to bat my hand and I looked at him and I said, we're going to have an understanding. I said, I'm not going to mess with you and you're not going to mess with me.
Yep.
And he looked and he just sat there and he never messed with me. But I never yelled or anything like that. And I'd go over and I'd pet him and I'd be quite calm and quiet, and not loud.
Right.
And
because he pretty much only just dealt with dad.
Yeah.
Sometimes with grandma a bit, but he definitely a cat with character, I would say.
He just didn't like loud noises or abrupt movements and things like that. He was not a kitten. He was an older cat.
Stunning can relate to Gato then too. He doesn't like large jerks either.
Yeah.
It's loud enough. Yeah. Oh yeah. Steve was talking about Blackadder the Third had Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, yes.
Wow, that's interesting. See, Hugh Laurie's a guy that I can't believe is English. He talks so American. I thought he was American.
He was in
I know in House.
He was in it. There was was it Fry? Stephen Fry, was it Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie? They were like a comedy thing. He also was in Woosters and Jeeves. I think that was with him and Stephen Fry, I believe was his name. But yeah, very British.
He was such a jerk in House. It's hard to believe he's a comedian or funny or anything different than being a dark, brooding jerk. But hey, good actors. So well.
But yeah, I like Gatto. Gatto was cool.
Gatto was great. Of course,
Fido had another cat here too. Fido came when we got married. Fido came over to our house.
Right. Then we had to send Fido back at some point, but Fido seemed to do okay.
After Gatto passed away, I think we sent Fido back for
right. Yeah, he was Dr. Cockroach in Monsters vs. Aliens. That's right, he was. I remember that movie. Oh my gosh, my kids. I'm so old. Kids. I remember that. I remember being excited when the animated movies came out because it take the kids to see them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so we had a history of animals. We had dogs in the back. We had one Snoopy that was a big black collie type dog. I don't know what I don't trust half the time when they tell me things are. We used to have a big old wooden doghouse out there. I'd go in there and try to sleep in it.
You're stupid.
Well, I just like, hey, I want to hang out with the dog, go out there, hang out in the doghouse. Which, speaking of that, I do want to show some things too. I did tweet it out. We had a family heirloom, and it's going home with us. It's a dog house. It's like 4 or 5 little dogs on it, and you can put people's names on it.
It's a little plaque,
Hmm.
and it has 6 dogs that you hang up on little pegs. And then there's a dog house.
Right.
And do you remember what it says?
Not offhand.
It basically, I don't either. It said something along the lines of, you better behave, or someone could put you in the doghouse, and then they would take you off of their peg and they put you in the doghouse, and you'd be in trouble.
Yep. I loved it. That's kind of like
I remember my family had something like that, but it's long gone. So when I saw that over here, I was like really excited.
Oh, that had to go because I loved it. Of course, it's just 3 of us now. But I tell you what, though, it reminds me of the time that we were with your family at Disney with the grumpy hat.
Yeah, yes. We had the grumpy hat, and they pissed me off, and I said, "Give me the damn hat."
She wanted it.
I put the hat on, and then I told someone to rightly F off.
Yeah. Yeah, I was small enough then to fit inside the doghouse. Yeah. Dog probably looked at me like, you're crazy. So it was
You didn't get fleas.
one I didn't. I only did it a time or two, but then again, coming up to Thanksgiving in this very own kitchen, I got to wash the turkey at Thanksgiving.
You was not washing the turkey. No, you sit there and you tell them what you're
I tell you. Mom had me washing the turkey at Thanksgiving.
No.
So I grew up. I told my kids, "Hey, it's time."
No. This person here sitting beside me would say, "We got to have the kids massage the turkey." I'm like, "Why? What are you talking about massaging the turkey?" He said, "Well, every Thanksgiving, my mom had me massage the turkey.
Tenderize the meat."
And I'm like, "What?" So I called Grandma Man Walking. I said, "What is that? You had Dad Man massaging the turkey?" And she goes, "Yes." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, for no reason, just to get him out of my hair so I could cook Thanksgiving dinner." So he was going to have our kids massage the turkey. And I'm like, "No, that is just wrong."
Just as long as you're not using the back scrubber on it, you're okay. Yeah. No, I did not use the back scrubber. It was all karate chops and
Massaging. So, and he did it as an adult. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And this was before actually they said.
No, it was raw, Steve. I couldn't pull them off at that point. It was raw, bloody raw.
And this was still before. Right now, I believe that they say not to, if you have a frozen turkey, not to wash it before you bake it.
Right.
But
that Raquel had mentioned that.
I had heard about that for years. You don't wash your chickens or anything like that unless they're fresh.
Because all it does is spread, I guess, salmonella and stuff.
Yes, it spreads disease. So, he was doing that.
Exactly, Steve. Exactly. That's what I was trying to do with my kids. That's another family tradition. Shiatsu massage turkey. See? They're in favor of it.
No, there's a joke that we heard, and there was this lady, and she was teaching her daughter how to cook a roast, and she had this roast, and she says, "Well, you cut the end off and you put it in the roast pan." And she goes, "Well, why do you cut the end off of the roast? 2-3 inches of it looks like perfectly fine roast." She goes, "I don't know. It's just my mom did it." So she goes to her grandma and says, "Grandma, why do you guys cut the end off of the roast?" And she goes, I don't know. It's something that my mom always did. So I just did it also." So she goes to her great grandma, who was still living, and says, "Great grandma, why do you cut the end off the roast?" She goes, "Oh, because we didn't have a big enough pan." So that family tradition forever all started because they had a small pot to cook the pot roast in.
I think that's a cool family tradition.
They wasted. So no, I am not going to have my children be embarrassed by saying we have to massage the turkey to their in-laws. I am not doing it.
builds character. But hey, oh my gosh, yeah, we that's that because we're coming up on the Thanksgiving season, and we're planning on having Thanksgiving meal over there at my sister's with Grandma Man walking. So it'll be, it's been quite a few years since we had it right here. But he said not enough junk in the trunk. Yeah, see, Steve's laughing at it. Oh, Father Dave, it's a secret lie.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, exactly. On tonight's theme, Secret Liars.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I used to have the basketball out in the back, with the, it's a little bit of a driveway with mostly grass around it. So you learn how to dribble a basketball really well when you're bouncing on uneven grass and dirt.
Yes.
So of course that's time to go out there with the garage was there, be able to shoot some and all that.
It was on the garage. I remember that.
Yeah. So things like that, especially when crazy women drove you nuts and that type of stuff. So no, but
Oh
that's
yeah,
before I
that's
met you.
right. No,
Uh,
no. I think I drove you nuts a little bit that year.
yeah, you did when we first met. Yeah, that was a great story. Of course, Grandma, me and Walking would not freaking go to bed. I had to be home by midnight. I mean, well, I did it. Let's put it this way: she wouldn't sleep. It kept my dad up, so Grandpa got mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I stayed in a little bit of touch, but hey, as I said, there's their house, their rules.
Absolutely.
I was like, man, I want to rebel a little, but it's anyway, it's uh, or is it or it was a nice build up of a family joke, Mrs. Dadman. You guys rock. Yeah. Hey, do you have any? I mean, any other thoughts? Any other memories? Because this whole process has been interesting. Because I'll tell you, I'm glad the missus pushed to start early. I really did because it made a lot of the work I had to do manageable. Because I could not do it all the time. There were times there were stuff, papers in envelopes, there are papers and papers. There are precious things that I found through this process.
Oh
I
my
found my
gosh.
granddad's war records, some of his release. I found the documents. He was in the horse cavalry in the 1930s. In the 1930s, hey, Sashi, good to see you. How are you tonight?
See, it is noon where you're at because we've gone back an hour. And so it ticks me off because I
Yep.
miss you a whole hour now in my morning show.
Yep.
So thank you for hitting the like button.
Thank you. Always good to see you. Yeah, night and I think it was his enlistment papers. I don't think it was a discharge, but it was like Fort Hood in Texas. It was Third Cavalry U.S. Army, and it was basically he told me about those in those days. That he was in the old horse cavalry back then, and if you know the 1930s, they were starting to transition from horse to mechanized vehicles, trucks, cars, jeeps, tanks. Of what the more modern cavalry became. So it was interesting to see actually corresponding things of it. I found
Yeah.
one of his things about I think when he was discharged from World War II. Uh, really interesting things under my
Well, we found your mom's Red Cross
yes.
uniform and her
Yeah.
ID,
Yep.
her Red Cross ID and her hat and all that stuff. And I was like, I asked her, I said, can we please keep this?
Yeah.
I didn't want to pack it away. So we're, because that's just to me something really, really cool.
It's just amazing how much time that takes, though. I will say it was draining. It was to have to sit here, go through things, and you had to be careful so you didn't just throw stuff away.
This was 80, this was not only your mom's life, it was whatever was your father's.
And even my grandparents' stuff.
On both sides.
Yes.
Because there was stuff we found on, Grandma Man's Walking's mom and your grandpa.
Yep.
Grandpa Man Walking.
Yeah, and so we got to have to go back through that stuff at the house. It was more a matter of triaging everything.
Yeah.
For future, how do I store it and where things go? But I mean, I found documents we needed for the house sale.
Finding the survey was saved a couple $100.
Yeah,
we just scanned it and sent it to them. That was really that was kind of cool actually seeing the survey.
I will say the good thing is Grandma Man Walking was not a hoarder, though. She just kind of had a very disorganized filing system.
Oh my God, yes.
But she would not be a hoarder like my aunt was. Oh my gosh. National Enquirer's 6 feet tall step up. I think your grandmother had half about what my aunt had. It's like, it was crazy. Yeah, both the granddads were in World War II as well. Yeah. Oh, Sashi went further into the future. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, it makes me sad.
My granddad fought in Guadalcanal. I mean, that was things that we talked about that. And as I'm watching, I don't call it the Unauthorized History of the Pacific War. Great podcaster. They do some very good work over there. Check that out sometime. Very serious, very outspoken. Their mission is to bring history to the masses, as they say, and they're blunt, honest, and things. And some of the accounts are just amazing in what happened over there. It was interesting. And yes, Steve, the horse regiment. You know, you even found out the Germans even had elements that were still pulled by horses and mules in World War II. But I know it was really, really cool to actually see paperwork that confirmed what my granddad had said at that point. So, of course, I got a U.S. Navy knife and spoon. Yay! From my granddad had that many years ago. So it's we got two on the Twitch side. Thank you, whoever's lurking over on the Twitch side. Hopefully, I turned the emote only off over there. So hopefully, feel free to chat with us. We're talking. You know, I can pull the comments up no matter which side you're on. We got if you're on the YouTube side, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Um, you know, we're just sitting here shooting the bull one last night at the Secret Lair edition. Let's see, you did get the StreamYard version, right? That's weird. Maybe it did change it. I don't know. But um yeah, so, you know, it just was I'm trying to think some other Christmas was always fun. I had the type of parents that they're like go to bed whether it's Easter or it was Christmas. Don't get up. We're not getting up at 7 o'clock. You're gonna have to stay in your bed or whatever till Santa comes. And it's like, huh? It's like, but yeah, they had to get up. They were moving slow and they wanted their coffee. So no, Stunning caved and watched the new Transformers movie. It's just okay. Yeah, that happens. But hey, hopefully they didn't ruin the whole franchise for you. So yeah, that's. Oh, have we seen a new short film for Star Trek? Shatner reprises his role, no dialogue though. It's called Unification. No, I have not. I have not. So yeah, I knew you meant caved. Or you can be like me, inventing all kinds of new words these days. Um, yeah, I tell you, like it was weird today. Like I said, always these routes driving home because when I went to work, my first real job, it was from this house. So, and it was interesting going to work, coming home today for the last time from this place. So, you know, of course, assuming everything goes well tomorrow, everything's lined up. So, the harder thing that's going to be for me, and I was kind of prepared, is that I'll be the one signing the paperwork. So it's kind of like, yeah. But mom asked me to do it, so we'll do what we do to help. Um, you know, it's just like awe inspiring. It just I don't know, it's kind of like overwhelming, you know. Is that and I think it's going to be hard. And it's going to be interesting in the moment, but we shall see. So yeah,
Did you? What is there? Did you say something about that new Star Trek?
yeah, I did read that. I
Okay,
did read that.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I was.
No,
I think I went to another planet for a
probably,
moment.
I did not. I did not. But then again, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan, Sashi. So I know it's cold. So yeah, but always get that coffee first. And Stunning said it's not the worst ever made. It was effective for what it's doing. It was just going from it didn't really appeal to him as a Transformers fan. I got it. I understand that. You're absolutely you know what you like, you know what you think is the Transformers world. So
What did you just do?
what?
You moved that up to the eyeball. What did that do?
Oh, that tells you like
Oh, that's cool.
oh, you didn't know that before?
Okay.
That tells you 8 on YouTube, 2 on Twitch.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
um let's see.
But you know,
Oh, cool. I think if you go live, that'd be a good thing to talk about. Stunning. Always love to hear your opinion on Transformers. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's been 7, 8 months, and it's just been interesting. Of course, you guys coming out, watching chats, coming, keeping me company, and
here's
streams
when
and
you
stuff.
started your dinner streams.
Yeah, I did. I did start those here. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
got away from them for a while, but just
Well,
it.
you can start doing dinner streams at
Hey, hey, Corey, welcome.
you
Good to
can
see you.
do them at our house. You just
Yeah,
go to your room and
yeah.
put a camera on.
I just hit a phase a while back where I just kind of needed. I don't know. I just didn't feel like streaming much, and just things happened and all that. But Corey, good luck with the weather. I'm guessing you're probably in a blizzard situation, or y'all got a lot of snow coming in up that way
Yeah.
this weekend. So,
Sorry.
but yeah, it's so I it's been interesting. And like I said, you guys that have come to the chats where it's the the dinner chats. And one thing I've not been able to stream from here is Fortnite. It's always had to be on your channel because I don't have the
Right.
capture card, the technology. But when I did the late night streams, these type of streams like this, hanging out, y'all help keep me company. Y'all, I mean, that was
Yeah.
the biggest thing is being bored, being alone a lot with not much else to do. So uh, the whiter out right now than I am. Oh gosh. Well, you must have a lot of snow then already. So baby Megatron too wimpy for him. Supposed to have a lot more experience. And is meant to be a good bit older than Prime. Don't like the buddy buddy story. I understand. I got it. I got you with that. Um, with that. I will, and there's been a lot of people either message, DM, late night conversations, different things like that. Like I said, JT's come in on the weekends with some of the stream the support the football streams. Is this the one? Let us know
Yes.
down here if it ever did happen. Probably said that's where we're kind of like here. If it snows, hell freezes over. But then again, it did do it once in '89.
Yeah.
So they got rid of the gladiator aspect about his character, which it was been his main go-to origin since the Marvel Comics days. Interesting. Yeah, and I will say, so I'm thankful to everybody that's had either small, large parts, to help me get through all this, but especially the missus now. 'Cause like I said,
You don't
without
have
her,
to include me in that.
without her, this we would not be at this spot. It would really definitely be crazy. And I do want to shout out somebody, Daisy Blossom, my movie, co-host buddy. She's been there from the beginning throughout and always in contact. And appreciate her support and like I said, everybody's support. Without you guys, this would not have been possible. I know, we got a lot. We have other things, moving parts. This thing with mom still is something that will be a lifetime thing.
Yes.
We've
Yes.
got some other things that are moving forward in the next few months. So we covet your prayers and your support and just coming together, having some fun and laughing and being silly about a lot of things really help is needed right now, and we appreciate that. Um, we're not the largest channels, but we have fun. And I tell you, I think we have the best chats anywhere you can find them, and the people in our chats are just amazing.
Oh, it's 30 degrees out with like a quarter inch of snow on the ground. Not much, but it was snowing most of the day. Oh, burr,
Wow.
burr. I'm
Oh,
cold and it's not.
JT got some snow today, bit of it stuck too.
I'm
Oh.
freezing and it's Florida.
Well, we did that one stream. Was not last Christmas. I think it was the first year I was live. We had snow in 1989. We actually had an inch of snow. I did not realize it really had recorded that
Yeah,
much snow.
it was not good.
Pipes for this. That's a memory for this house. My, it's elevated off the ground, so the pipes are exposed. And we had to run to old Pick and Save. It was a local store, kind of like a Walmart before Walmart. We had to go there buy blowtorch and other wrapping and stuff like that. I went with my dad so we could, he'd get under the house and do what he had to keep it. How he kept the house from freezing, I don't know. I mean, of course, we run the water in, but did all that stuff. It was so funny watching the drive because he took his time. He was careful. We saw a car on the other side of the road just slide right through the intersection. We got to the parking lot, we got out. We had to walk carefully because ice was
Yep.
everywhere, and it was like it was interesting. So then the next day, it was right around Christmas, so we truly had a white
It
Christmas.
was Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
A lot of it happened on Christmas
Yeah.
Eve and they're going, don't go out if you don't have to. And of course, the people that didn't buy Christmas presents, no, they didn't stay home and tell their kids, hey, sorry, I effed up. We're not getting, yeah, you're not getting nothing. No, they went out on Christmas
they were
Eve.
either stuck on the interstates or like going to my niece's, my sister's, like 2 days after Christmas, they were in the ditches.
And see, the big thing about where we live is that there are a lot of bridges. And Florida, they make the bridges tall in the middle, high in the middle, because they want the ships to go through because there's a lot of shipping. So if they freeze, you can't go up the bridge. It's not like a drawbridge. So when this was all happening, they were closing bridges.
Yes, it was a shock to a lot of people.
And I worked at a TV station, so we just stayed there and worked 24/7 until the whole thing went through.
Well, I tell you what we see, you talk about shock. I was at a basketball game that night, and everybody that were on one side of the bridge sat there through the rest of the game. When they started announcing bridges closing, when they said the one main bridge going back to the other side of town, half the stadium emptied out. It was like because there was only one bridge that stayed open, I think, the whole time. But even then, they had to open and close it.
Corey, it wasn't the snow that was necessarily the problem. It was the ice.
Yeah.
And where we are, number one, we don't have the equipment to deal with it to salt the roads. And also, we have a heritage river.
Yeah.
So it's not called heritage, whatever. It's you have to be careful what you do, and so salting the roads, and if it getting into the river and all that stuff. So there was a lot of issues with that. So it just was basically waiting for the sun to come out and melt everything.
Yeah.
And what was really bad was that it would melt it, and then underneath the overpasses where it was shade, it didn't melt. And so there are people that were driving on, and then they would hit this patch of ice, and it wasn't good. So it was very difficult. And like I said, all our bridges are go up and down, so that boats can go through them. So once they hit, there's a certain wind speed that they hit. If there's a certain speed of wind, they close the bridges down. And if there's ice, they close the bridges down. Yeah. And so you're trapped. Mm-hmm. We got 7 main bridges.
Yeah. And none of them are flat anymore. Back then, there was one that was actually somewhat flat that they kept opening and closing at times. Yeah. But they've now made it where it has a little arc on it. I don't think. Yeah. I think it would get shut down again.
It was very difficult. But people are from Florida and they don't know how to drive in ice.
See, this is what I keep hearing from people up north. I mean, Corey talks about this. He had to move it because others slide into it. I've heard from JT or other people about, especially the first snow up north. It's like people forget what they're driving and then they go for everywhere. So, but that's the beauty of snow is when kids see it for the first time and they get happy. Yeah.
And then it gets ugly looking.
Yep. Ice, sleet, freezing rain. Yeah. Yep. Black ice. Yep. Definitely black ice. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we went to Cincinnati years ago and around Christmas, and Mrs. like, well, we had thermals, we had all these supplies. She packed for us to get stuck on the side of the road. I tell you, I was 75 in Kentucky. Woo, what a fun drive on that thing! But it was. I swear we went up north because she was like, you're crazy wanting snow. I told her I just want to get to our hotel, check in, and have a blizzard so we can enjoy snow. The kids can enjoy snow. I don't want to drive in that crap. That trip, it was colder in Spartanburg, South Carolina, than was ever that week up in Cincinnati.
Yeah, there was not an ounce of snow. I was so happy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was so happy.
It's ice, not the snow. Absolutely. Oh, Cocaine Bear stash arrived last night.
Little dusting there, huh?
Exactly. Steve said you planned well. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Mrs. always does everything well. I try to argue just on principle, but yeah.
Well, I took and I'm like, okay, number one, we don't know how to drive in snow.
Right.
We don't know how to drive really on ice. Um, so if we took and got trapped, if something happened, I wanted to at least be able to give my kids food and water and stay warm where we wouldn't freeze to death. That was my goal.
Well, I always told her if I had to leave a day early, I was going to leave a day early. I was always going to stay ahead of the weather. That's how I do with hurricanes and everything else too. So,
Oh,
oh wow,
wow.
we said at the same time. Rochester, New York.
Poke, open your coat.
Okay, I thought it was pig poke, but
Pinch
ow, ow, jeez. Oh
and
man,
poke.
poke. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's oh gosh, this great memories in this house also include football. Watched football
Oh,
for the
yeah.
last time last Saturday. Got to see Florida beat LSU. Was a great way to end up for the last game in the house. But last game I ever watched when my dad was in this house in that living room in there, where Florida played Florida State. It was a game that Florida State fans were joking, quacking at the quarterbacks for Florida. They couldn't throw this, that, and the other, and Florida came out. Spurrier ended up having it one of the best games of all time and dramatically win that game. It was wonderful. It's my dad. My dad actually called Charlie Pell that when the phone was over there. He called him on the radio show to talk. So hey, the old man cometh. Hello, Joseph on, or the old man cometh. Great to see you tonight. Also good to see you earlier with the missus too. So thanks for coming in tonight. So truckers saying is snow? Ho slow, ice no dice.
Snow,
Yeah.
go slow, I think is what
Oh,
that was supposed to say.
yeah, it's always sad and good to have the last things at home from when you was a kid. Yep, exactly. And I think tomorrow's going to be really interesting when it comes to signing the paperwork because that's not anything I was ever prepared for. But
Yeah.
with
We've
changes, with
signed it
things
on
that
the other
happen,
side, but not on this side.
right? Exactly. I figured it. I was prepared like if mom had passed and stuff like that, but just it's still just it's different. But
Yeah.
time moves on, things move on, and like we said, is get back to some semblance of normalcy now at home, and hopefully I can. Yeah, we'll still be busy with many other things with mom and other stuff that we have to do, but just different priorities now, different focus on things, and and like a lot of the home came into. I will say also with mom was one of the best things is the way she protected my Star Wars stuff.
Oh gosh, yes.
That just used to
Oh,
have.
here's something really neat that we got from this house that is from.
Oh, hold on, one second. No, well, we're selling my mom's house. It gets sold tomorrow. That's what happened. Mom's still with us, but she's living with my sister now. So we're just kind of having a memory back at one last night of streaming the house because I've been doing a lot of streams here because I've been here for the better part of, especially in the last 6 months. I've been here most nights,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so streaming has been a lot more scattered, different types of things and stuff like that. So but it's all good. Grandma's actually look. She's feisty though.
Yeah.
Been watching her in some of the videos where she's working out and rehabbing. It's really really cool. Yeah, yeah. You're both ready, but not never ready to let it go. Exactly.
Yeah, we need, and yeah, I think it's bittersweet. Yeah, we know it's time, but it's still going to be sad.
Yeah.
Um, one neat thing that I got from your mom and I had asked her. Well, there were two really neat things. One of them, she gave me while she was still in the house was a little Singer sewing machine.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. But the other really cool thing is my mother-in-law played the accordion,
Yes.
and I got her accordion. Now, I don't know how to play the accordion, but I'm going to try to find some lessons. You can't find them online.
Wow.
So I already looked for that, but I want to learn how to play it. I think it will be fun.
I could just see you weird owling over there.
And
So.
I was looking up accordions.
Mm-hmm. They're probably expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
I haven't looked up the particular brand, and hers is in good condition. She had it just kind of stuck back in a closet, and I think it was in a climate controlled and everything. And so I don't think there needs to be. I didn't know if the bellows would be bad or anything, but it's like that's just something really cool. And when I was talking to her recently, she said, "You can just donate it." I said, "Hell no!" I
Yeah.
said, "No!" I says, "I want to learn how to play it."
Yeah, that's
And the piano here, remembering when the oldest would come when they were learning
Yep.
piano and practice
Yep.
playing on the
grandma.
piano
Yep.
here. Um,
Grandma, when she was upset, would go out there, play it
Yeah.
herself, poke around at it a bit too. Yeah, it's of course it was bought for me to learn how to practice and all that stuff, and I was like, not in enough in the even practice.
Oh yeah,
and stuff
Simply
like
Steve.
that.
He has a nice little Star Wars stash.
Yeah, if you look back at my channel in the early days, I did a few show and tells, what I called show tell. I need to do that stuff again. There's a lot I need to go back and do again. There's a lot that I need to go back and do again. But still, yeah, if you look at the early stuff, I've done videos of those. Maybe I'll try to, since there are a lot more people with the channel now, take a look back and show some really really cool stuff that we've got too. And yeah, our condolences,
Yeah, I'm
Joseph.
sorry.
I know that was a lot of heartache on a lot of people, especially up in that area. And I also saw I-40 washed out in parts. So it's just devastating up there. Yeah,
Well, I know this has nothing to do with the house, but it has to do with your mom, where we would take both of our moms down to
oh yeah,
the theme parks down in Orlando, and it was so fun.
don't bring hey, you know me, I love 4 to 6 hour streams. That would be awesome, dude.
Well, you'd have to do your show and tells by show or by something like that, since there's 8 bazillion Transformers.
Or one per transformer. Each transformer gets 4 hours. But yeah, well, other memories like with the Star Wars stuff, like Steve had mentioned, was that trivia thing with the diecast metal gunship. That was a neat thing of a memory. But yeah, that was neat too. Both your mom and my mom. 1 year for our anniversary, we took them down, put them up with the kids in another
Yeah,
room.
well, they offered to they would watch the kids while we went down to the theme parks, and them and the kids stayed in one room and they watched the kids and they went to the parks with the kids. And me and Dadman had a anniversary weekend. That was really, really fun and nice.
Yep, that it was. That it was.
And remember the youngest coming over and help cut the palmetto bushes down.
Grandma was always proud that of Aang. Yeah, always. Forget me. Grandma always loved Aang the way Aang. And always spoke highly of the way she cut the palm tree out by the street. Was always right. So
Yep.
it really really was cool to see. And then like that was, and then the oldest coming over playing piano and finding stuff that my oldest kid had drawn for grandma, like the grandma cards and thank you notes. Came across lots of those, finding those, and a lot of stuff here. So it's been interesting. So
Yeah.
do you have any other? Because we really never did a lot of Thanksgivings here. I don't think.
By
After you got
the
married.
time after
Yeah.
we got married, I think they kind of ended here, and
They were more at
they're
my
more at your
sisters, yeah,
sisters.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, because I mean we're coming back with Thanksgiving now. This time of year means a lot and stuff. What I miss the most, and it really made me mad with extended family, is that having my grandparents across the street, Christmas was the big thing.
Mhm.
That's one of the hardest things when I look over there to see. I remember the Christmas parties with my dad's brothers, the cousins, and everything else.
Right.
And when that ended, everybody went different
They kind of
directions.
go their different ways.
Right, because some people insisted, well, they can't handle it anymore. We want to do it here. Like, and it's like, well, why can't we work together to keep my grandparents happy, and
Right.
where they didn't have to travel. So
Yeah.
but there's great memories though. I was one time I annoyed my cousin so much he hung me up on a hook. I
I
was
remember
stuck up
telling
on the
you that.
ground. Yeah, I could not get off the hook up there. It was like, you
See,
know,
I know after we got married, um, your dad passed away within, it was before.
it was about 2.5 years.
Yeah, it was,
Hmm.
yeah, and so, um, a lot of my memories I have is
Yeah. Oh
with your
yeah.
mom and
Going blind shopping,
oh,
getting curtains.
yeah, I mean, me and her were little partners in crime. Whenever she needed to go somewhere, I went with her. If she needed curtains, we wouldn't go shopping. I'd look online, I'd get her stuff. We'd go to J.C. Penney's all the time. And, and so we helped her buy the carpets and curtains and all that kind of stuff. I remember doing stuff a lot with your mom. Um,
Oh yeah.
for the house. I mean, we went and bought a TV for the living room because the one wasn't working, and we bought it. And I tried to put it together, and it was one, and I accidentally like pushed the screen, and I broke
Yeah.
it. And I just took it back and told him it didn't work, and got another one. And then I was careful.
I got blamed for breaking blinds somewhere one time, but that's a different
So,
story.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I put together furniture. Here I remember buying furniture
And it was hard for her. I mean,
and
she had never really done anything on her own
no, and so
until
we
dad passed away, and she did adjust. My niece stayed with her for a long time, and she actually really was big for making the adjustment to be able to do stuff, go out on her own, drive herself, because he
mm,
always drove everywhere.
right.
And then you come along and y'all, like you said, partner in crime with all of it. So good night, Atwood. I think we're about to wrap up too, because I'm getting tired. We got a long day tomorrow, at least 3 banks, cable company.
Maybe the post office.
Yeah, maybe the post office. I didn't even try to fill out that form yet. I got to see, but I was told to hold off till Saturday at least. But either way, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it, we could still do it.
For instance, I think I have about 12 toys in my collection, and that's not including the toys I had.
112.
112. Oh, in your collection, that's not including the toys I had from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
My Legos are getting up there. Why couldn't you say Legos? My builds are getting up there. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to figure out how to display
We
them.
got a few more minutes, but hey, hopefully see more of you, Joseph. It's good to see you tonight,
Yes,
and the missus earlier too.
it was really fun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I want to treat.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You're hitting
I'm
that point.
tired.
But yeah, it's just great. It's just good house memories. Played war out there. We had things with the cats.
Well, you remember the time did your mom stay at our house when the bathroom was getting done?
This bathroom. I don't know. She might have.
I think, and
Yeah.
it was like, you need to get this bathroom finished.
Well, one of the memories we had was at our house where it was a hurricane and Grandma had to come stay with us.
Oh, yes.
And we went to bed and left our oldest kid stuck with her, trying to teach her how to use her cell phone.
We were bad.
Yeah, like you're the oldest kid, duty falls to you to
Well,
to
it was I don't know if it was an iPhone then or an Android.
use iPhone. I think she was iPhone, like with us.
Now she's Android, so
Yeah, boo. Anyway,
yeah.
which there's a whole story about. Anyway, that security on the Android phones that I've heard about. But yeah, I'm just trying to. It's just amazing the memories. There's little ones, there's big ones, there's stuff like
I
that.
remember that there was one Thanksgiving that it was just us, the kids, and grandma over here.
Right.
Because I remembered opened up the table, and the kids were here, and we had Thanksgiving here, and that was really fun. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really did a Christmas over here. I think grandma came over to our house. But I remember doing a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because Thanksgivings stress me out, so I don't cook at them. We either go out to eat or we have pizza.
we're fine with going to Cold Gold Coral. Feeding trough. Hey, I mean, you know, yeah, it's expensive, but you can have a lot of different types of things. You don't have to make a whole bunch of stuff and have to either heat it over later or we get wasted or anything.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well,
I'm so sorry,
I know.
guys.
Well, we're going to go ahead. It's about 11:30. We've gone about an hour and a half. Woohoo! I got would need some sleep anyway. Got a long day tomorrow, so hope to be live tomorrow night at some point. Either at 10 for a Dadman late night, and I'll be home, so I'll have. That's been one of the biggest challenges in here. Is that like tonight we've got our phones looking at chat and stuff, and stream out the laptop, but we really don't have the ability to pull side stuff in and make it beyond just talking.
Yes.
This environment, and which has been difficult. So then tomorrow night be back at the normal thing. But I tell you what, I am really getting back into Fortnite this season. I love it. The maps I grew up on and things that really got my attention, and have
Excellent.
enjoyed seeing it and playing it. So, of course, join us for the next few weeks for football on Saturday nights. And I'm trying to do shows within the week too, but like I said, it's been really hit and miss with that. Mrs., what about you? What's coming up?
Monday through Friday, I do morning musings with Mrs. Dadman Walking. Hopefully next week I'll do an entire week and not have to take breaks. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We do puzzles, memes, celebrations, birthdays, and we learn a little bit about history of that day. Also on Tuesdays, I do builds. Block party. This Tuesday, I'm going to be starting the Dallas Cowboy football helmet.
Very good, JT Kirk.
For Dad Man, because he loves the Dallas Cowboys. He's been a Dallas Cowboy fan since he was a kid. So, can't fault that. I'll probably, I don't know if I'll get it done. It looks like it might be a somewhat complicated build. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go, but if it does, I'll probably do an impromptu stream to finish it. And then on Thursdays, at 5 p.m., I putter around in Lego Fortnite, which is exactly what what it says is what I do. I putter around, I talk to you guys in chat, and a lot of times I either cut down trees or
just don't touch your wood.
Or oh, yes,
no wood in the cases, the storage cases. Don't.
Yeah. No, it's not. That's no.
What?
It's just leave one cord of it. That's all I'm asking. Just leave it. Just leave one. And thank you, JT Kirk, for that. But that's what I have planned. I'm hoping when I get everything moved, there's other things I want to do, but I've just got to get
some
shit together.
Yeah, and actually getting to some sense of normalcy scheduling and being
well. What I'm streaming on. Everything I'm doing. I have a 2x4 table. I do have my monitors on a table that's I think 6 foot long and a foot and a half deep. It's where I have my monitors, and then so I'm very cramped right now, trying to.
But you can also help support her on Ko-fi, where it's many times you can super chat or subscribe to channels and pay for it. You can subscribe to her on Twitch, but you can also Ko-fi one-time or monthly donations, whatever you choose to do to help. Because the StreamYards now just doubled in price, but of course it's the best thing that we see, allowing us to bring a better product to you guys with the graphics and stuff. So whatever help you can do, if you want to help me, help her. So it gives us,
Yeah. And I always
she's trying to monetize though too.
And as I always say, if you can, thank you. If you can't, that's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Definitely. The commitment. It's hard. It is really hard, and I try to support the channels I feel well me and Dadman do the channels that we can if they're monetized.
Yeah.
So
I just remembered another memory I had. Not just it's about football. I talked about the Gators, but I remember also watching Dallas Cowboys growing up in that room in there. The big win over Denver in the Super Bowl. I remember the Halloween where Tony Dorsett ran 99 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. I was like, screw trick or treating. I'm going to go watch Cowboys. That was crazy. But then, of course, across the street at my grandparents, Jackie Smith's drop in the end zone, Pittsburgh Dallas Super Bowl. I remember that, watching that over in that house there. So, but again, thank y'all. We've hit the hour and a half mark. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see y'all tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll do a late night show or if I'm going to just play Fortnite tomorrow, or I don't know what tomorrow night brings.
I voted your late night show, so if you want to do whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah, I'll be at home and wing it. I'll do Gordon Ramsay memes. I need to see what the tomorrow's theme is or something about tomorrow, and do kind of what I was going to try to do a few weeks
Well, you
before.
can do Gordon Ramsay's meme still. I mean, his birthday was this past week or the week
2
before.
weeks ago. So
Yeah, so what? Gordon Ramsay's timeless.
all right, and so we're going to end with this. Yeah, you have a good night too, Corey and day tomorrow. Thank you, Corey, and same to all of you. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, all.
Bye bye.